Hello, everybody, and how is it going? FC Racers here, kicking off another fantastic day. Excuse me, of the GSA leagues, and we're kicking off with Celeste here. We got a super hype match for you guys today. We've got Nero going against Msushi, and just to give you a little background here before we get underway, both of these runners right now have 4 points, and the overall stats between the two of them are very close. Let me break some numbers down here before we get started. So PBs off the bat, Msushi is clocking in at a 28.57 based off of Speedrun.com, and Nero has a 29.15. Now, that actually is that's accurate. Hold on. So we got the best times here in the league. Msushi with a 29.45, Nero with a 29.40. Average times between the runners, Sushi was running a 30.04 average, and Nero was running a 29.50. So it's going to be pretty exciting. I'm hoping to see a lot of syncs today. We're going to see a lot of close matches, and I hope you guys are ready and buckling up here. Looks like the runners are getting set and getting the file name in, and we'll be getting underway here in a moment. And again, as a reminder on just how things will pan out here, we are doing 3 races in total. So the point values is a point for every race won, and then a bonus point for winning the set. So a runner can get 4 points total, or they can end up getting 3. So it's going to be very, very close, I think. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't see a sweep happening between either or, and to be quite honest, I am not sure who is going to walk away victorious here, and that's why I'm very excited to calm this race here. Also, what's up, LM Jax? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. All right, we are going to get underway here momentarily. And again, this is just the start to a fantastic Friday, folks, so you're going to want to definitely tune in and watch the rest of the speedrun events that we have today. I will try to pull the schedule up when I can. But in the meantime, we are off. All right, prologue. I mean, you guys have been around this pony show before, so we don't have our dash yet. This is going to go over some basic movement here. Madeline can jump, Madeline can dash and grab. We're not going to see the dash sequence, unfortunately, because we have the option to skip the cutscene here, which saves a nice chunk of time. Timing is a little tricky. It is possible to hit retry on accident, but both runners able to get away scot-free as we head into City. Now, for City, beautiful showcase of all the tech that we have to offer in Celeste, and you're going to see all of this here right away. We're going to be seeing hypers and wall bounces and ultras, even some corner boosts here and there, and probably a few surprises too. Nero is definitely actually both runners, I should say, are very aggressive, and they have very aggressive strats. Nero already missing a little bit there on not getting that wall bounce, but again, with wow, able to make that up with a reverse hyper going on that zipper. So Nero taking a death, missing a dash there, and getting a little, okay, maybe a little too hasty. I'm not 100% sure. Again, you know, it could be turning nerves as well. I also know that Nero has been running all chapters a lot. So, although the routes are somewhat similar, you know, minus tape grabs and whatnot, it could just be that mindset here. And again, folks, as a friendly reminder, we are running off of in-game timer here, so it's important to know that while we might have a sync appear, it actually really depends on those timers up there. Thankfully, we have them on pace right now. But Sushi's going to get out of city at a 135. Very impressive time. Nero hot on his tail. Look like he's going to come in at a 139. Okay. So a few seconds here, but again, like I said, with city and old site, these are somewhat optimized, and you're not going to really see too much of a lead shift here unless something terrible happens and spaghetti gets all over the place. The real tail of the tape is going to come to resort as we get into one of our first big tricks of the game, which I will explain when we get to that spot. But let's go ahead and talk about old site here. One of my favorite chapters. This one's a lot of fun and sets the pace for the game. So you'll see we have these blocks here, and Msushi just gliding through them. The way they work is when you dash into them, Madeline will go in a fixed direction until she either exits or runs into an object. So for the most part, you have to be mindful of the direction, and there are some tight dashes that they'll be taken care of. Also, Miss Madeline is now in the foray. She's on a 3-second delay and is going to mimic Madeline's moves, so we have to do our best to avoid basically crossing paths with her. And like I said, old site is pretty optimized, so we have our route set up, but Msushi moving along at very good pace here. Nero about 2 screens behind, so we'll see though, because we're getting into this last part, and Madeline has been clipping some runners' wings here in these last 2 screens. So far, Sushi handling this very nice. And now Nero actually creeping up on him, getting to those coin blocks very quick. Okay. We actually, depending on how Awake goes, we could see either a lead extended or a lead change. Now, Awake is a section where there's not really anything in Madeline's way to like cause a death, but the terrain is very uneven, so we want to try to optimize our movement as best as possible and basically avoid any bonks or anything like that. So far, wow, look at this. Look at Sushi's screen right now. Coming along very nicely. Nero too. Oh, having to slow down a little bit there on Nero's side, doing an up forward dash, but whew, blazing through these last few screens. Sushi clocking in at a 325 and Nero clocking in at a 330. So we're still on pace, but we'll see as we get into Celestial Resort. Now, from a casual standpoint, and even from a speedrun standpoint, this is a chapter that kind of just opens up the game and gets the players just a general idea on what's in store here. This chapter is significantly longer than both City and Old Site. Actually, it's longer than City and Old Site combined from a speedrunner's perspective. We've got these dust bunnies here, which will be on a quote-unquote cycle. I put it in quotes because if Madeline dies, there's a 1.5 second respawn animation that occurs, and the cycle begins immediately as soon as the room loads up. So it is a little different. We've seen runners actually reset just to be safe, but ideally you want to learn both of them. Now, Sushi missing that wall bounce in that room after that cutscene, but Nero's going to get it, so he's going to save a little bit of time. But Sushi with a nice lead here as we get into Huge Mess. Now, Huge Mess is similar to Awake for that first part. There's a labyrinth of clutter all over the place, and runners are going to have to try to navigate through. There's a lot of narrow spaces, and optimal movement is key. It's easy to get caught up, get bonked, you know, clipping here and there. We'll see how Sushi handles this. It's been somewhat optimized, but it still is a very technical area for just one screen. Wow, nice work. Nice wall bounce. We're going to get one more as he heads into Ishiro. Nero on the other side, getting all that as well. Keeping on pace here and keeping the pressure here on Sushi as we head to the first point. Now, this route is designed so that we will run into Ishiro as soon as possible. I have the option of just going about it however you want, but you know, we want to go fast and we want to get through this as quick as possible. So you can see Ishiro's like right there. When we get to the second section with the books, we're gonna just drop in on Ishiro and just say, hey, we're helping you clean up this stuff here. Whoa, that was okay. Sushi, calm down, I see you. Oh no, taking a little clip there. It's gonna cut into the lead. They're now on the same screen. Nice wall bounce there. And actually, Nero opting for the safer strat. It is, wow, it is ridiculously close. Can we get some syncs in the chat? Almost, we'll see. Now we're heading into the towels in the laundry room. Actually, oh, here's that Nero's optimal movement. He's actually very slightly pulling ahead here, but like at least half a second. We'll see. Again, oh, wow. Okay, Msushi pulling it right back. Nero, it's crazy because Nero's actually pulling a lot more safer strats than he was in the previous GSA tournament, where he was being very more aggressive. I wonder if it's just a change of mindset. Oh, actually, Nero getting a little sloppy here in the key section. And now Sushi has the lead yet again as we head into elevator shaft. Now this is where things are going to get crucial. We're going to come up to our trick that I was talking about, which is demo dash. And ideally, it's a command where you're able to keep your hitbox to be at the same state as if you're crouching, which is 4 pixels. And you can pass through this nice little barrier here. We're going to see Sushi getting set up here. Oh no, missing the first one. Nero on it too. Oh no, Nero gets it. Nero's going to pull ahead now. Sushi lining up. Oh, missing it again. Getting a little caught up here. There we go, nice. There we go. Sushi is out. And doing a nice corner boost to catch up on some time here. But now Nero is heading into Oshiro. Now, in the previous GSA tournament, Oshiro was giving Nero a little bit of problems here, most notably in the last screen. So, oh, nice. Okay, nice block there. Let's go, Sushi. Oh, getting a little too caught up there. Nero moving along about 3 screens away from closing out the chapter here. And this screen that Nero's on is pretty free. Oh, Sushi taking a death in the coin room. And now Nero on the last screen. Taking another death. Alright, Nero having a very clean last screen here, clocking in at a 420. Sushi getting his bearings back here as he gets closer and closer to the end here. But Nero's going to head into Golden Ridge. Now, this lead can easily change again, folks, as we move into Ridge and further on. The chapters are going to get far more technical. And we're going to see a lot of just screen-by-screen optimization here in Ridge. Looks like a little bit of technical difficulties here with the stream. I'm hoping we can get things squared away here. Uh-oh. Okay, I think we might be getting our restream restarted here. Just 1 second, folks. The race is still going on. Don't worry. I'll try to do my best to keep it on pace here. Nero in that coin room and Sushi about to get his Golden Ridge underway. All right, it looks like we have things squared away now. So Nero is getting ready for the first auto-scroller section here. Now, for the runners of this caliber, they have been going for ultras. We're going to see if Nero's going to set this up here. It looks like he got that. Again, I'm sorry, the stream appears to be dropping some frames here and there. I just got word from our restreamer. It's just frame drops, you guys. It's nothing. There's no latency. We're not losing the sight of the stream. Comcast is just, you know, being Comcast. All right, we are set up. Nero missing the setup there, but not taking a death, having to get himself positioned there. Now Sushi going into the auto scroller room as Nero is in the second auto scroller room here, getting close to the cliff face section. All right, now Nero in cliff face. It's moving along. Sushi still trekking along again. I'm sorry, the frames are dropping here. Please bear with us as we pray to the internet gods. It looks like Nero taking a death in that first snowball room. That one is really tough because, again, cycles do kind of come into play in those snowball rooms because those are on a set time. The route is usually optimized so that we don't run into any issues, but it's like Nero is moving along nicely. Getting ready to get to the final screen here on Cliff Face. Able to handle these green bubbles very nicely, and he is going to come out. It looks like at a 1041. Oh wow, Sushi handles the snowball room elegantly. Oh my goodness, that was fantastic. Gonna save a little bit of time against Nero. Getting that ultra setup too. Let's go. Alright, so now Nero beginning his mirror temple. Now again, for the runners here, we're going to be splitting this up into the two levels of level 5. We have 5A, and then we have the B side as well. So, Suji clocking it at 11:18. So there's a little bit of a difference here, but we have Nero running into some problems here as he takes a death. Takes 2 deaths. Okay, I think he's trying to get... I think he feels like... I don't know, maybe he's getting his little confidence in, little swag in, trying to get a little more aggressive than early on. It's hard to say. Alright, so now Nero is getting ready for Yeet. Here, we'll see how he's going to handle this. And actually, he's going to nail that. I want to point out that Yeet is one of Nero's best tricks so far out of the plethora of tricks that we have in the game. Actually, Sushi's is also the Yeet as well. I'll try to get stats on those for you guys when we head into game 2. But Nero not getting good movement in that screen before the tape room. Let's see here. Nero's actually... Wow, this is a really good time. I think Nero's going to get an 115? 116? For tape grab? Yeah, 116 for tape grab. Very impressive time here. Sushi, on the other hand, looking like he is moving along. He might actually have a faster time here. Let's see. Just a couple screens here. Most notably, if he can get movement out of this strawberry seed room. Get some nice movement there, a lot better than Nero's. See how his tape grab goes as Nero heads into 5B. Now, we've got Bub's drop. Oh, Sushi missing the cycle skip there. Gonna have to... Oh no. I'm not sure what happened there. Looks like he's trying to get his dash, but it was not foreseen, unfortunately. He's gonna get his tape grab. He's gonna be a few seconds behind here. It looks like maybe a 123. Nero getting Bub's drop. Again, sorry, we're having some frame drops here. I apologize. So I'll go into a quick explanation of Bub's drop, where you have a 2-frame window to jump off this wall and try to not land on this platform that is designed to let the player, you know, it's like a one-way entrance, so to speak. By doing that and hitting a retry, you actually move to a respawn point that allows you to bypass a whole lot of area in 5B. Alright, so now Nero in through the mirror as Sushi gets ready for his Bub's drop. Getting it first try, let's go. Excellent time there. But again, you know, 5B, there's a lot of rooms that can cause havoc and mayhem, most notably when you get with these Seekers. Oh, nice strat from Nero. Okay, I like that. I might have to take that. Using a wall bounce to get the Seeker exactly where he wants. And we're moving to the second screen here too. Again, using the Seekers to keep his dash and able to just kind of control where he wants that Seeker to drop. Now Sushi getting ready to get into through the mirror here. Oh my gosh, that shuriken just came out of nowhere and bopped him. Let's get to do this again. Now Nero in the gauntlet room. Last one. Shoots the J and is in there. It's just a couple screens here. It's actually making really good time here. Just 2 screens to go. Oh, opting. Okay. Opting to not let Theo bounce on that. Getting that ultra strat. And he's going to come in at like a 225. It's a really good time. Sushi running into a little bit of issues here. He lost his dash. He's going to have to get set up here. Able to get away. Still trucking along here. As Nero moves into reflection. Now, again, from the previous GSA tournament when Nero was going against TJH, he ran into a little bit of an issue early on with these feathers, not having that this time around. For the most part, Reflection is very straightforward. This route is really optimized. And, oh no, Seeker's not agreeing with Sushi here. So, Nero having trouble with Lake Skip. That's 2. Maybe 3. Alright, he gets it on his next attempt. And Sushi just closing out here. Alright, so now we've got Nero getting out of Lake here and getting ready to head into Hollows. And like I said, you know, this route is pretty optimized. We've got the battle and fight coming up, of course. I honestly feel like Reflection is a hard chapter to commentate, just because there's like, you got Kevin blocks and you got bumpers and feathers, but like really other than that, there's not really any drama or anything like that, at least from a runner's perspective. I mean, you know, we had the battle and fight and that's got all sorts of drama. But ideally, the runners are basically just going to try to run this one as clean as possible. Like, the tricks aren't too crazy. I think most notably, you're going to see Nero doing a different approach here. And now we have Sushi getting into Lake. Let's see if he can get Lake Skip here. Oh, he takes a death the first time. Not enough height on the second one. Oh, taking a death again. And now Nero taking a death in this bumper room. Alright, Sushi running into a little bit of a problem here on Lake Skip. Getting it there, nicely done. Alright, now Nero heading into the top route room. These bumpers here. This room is faster than the other one, if done optimally. It looks like he wasn't able to get that bumper reset, and opting for more safer strats here than what I'm used to seeing from Nero. So this might be a smart move, you know. In his match against TGH, you know, there was a lot of times he was ahead, but going for those more aggressive strats had actually allowed TGH to catch up. So I think he might be taking a note from TG's strats here and just being a little more consistent. Alright, so now Nero in the ravine section. Again, looks like Comcast is not treating us kindly here, but Nero's going to get out scot-free and getting close to the battle and fight here. Looking to come in at about, I think he's going to get into the battle and fight at about 3:12. Let's see. Okay, I was a second off, 3:13. Now Sushi getting into this room where Nero had some problems here, making it look very easy. Let's get some hey-yas in the chat as we get to the battle and fight underway. Now again, this is far from over, folks. We have Summit coming in. Sushi's Summit is very strong, as is Nero's. It's just really going to come down to Nero has to close it out and play solid, and Sushi might have to pull a little more risk, a few more riskier strats here. We'll have to see. But any deaths will tip the scales, so to speak. Oh, Nero actually taking a death here in this battling room. Maybe. Oh my gosh, losing stamina, get in trouble in this one room. Alright, he's able to get out there. That could be the start of the opportunity. Again, Nero, wow, Nero's having a lot of difficulty here in this battling fight. Taking deaths in 2 screens in a row. Getting this ultra strat. Nicely done. But again, these are like the little things that I'm talking about where, you know, if Sushi could turn around and, you know, have a clean section here, he's gonna save a lot of time. That was like a significant time loss on Nero's screen. Alright, so they're moving along here. Sushi getting ready for a battle and boost, nailing it. And now he is in the battle and fight as well. And we've got Nero about 1 screen away from the second round of this fight here. Getting that ultra strat as he heads into this little cutscene here with Battling. Basically, she's like, "You're not a mountain climber. I'm trying to help you." Blah 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 blah. And then now she's like really angry. But this section actually is a lot shorter than the previous one. It's just a couple screens, but they're very long, and anything can happen. And as we've seen, Nero having a little bit of difficulty early on, so it could come back to him. Especially with these last two rooms, they're very long, and Battling is known to not play nice in these sections here. So Nero's getting in the second to last screen. Sushi plowing through, getting ready for this ultra strat. Let's go. We got one more. Nope, opting to take the feather. Still respect the play, because that is very good. Because that second ultra strat in that room, it's very easy to not get your dash back, and it's just kind of like, well, now what do I do? We got Nero heading into the final screen here, going for that bumper boost, opting to not ultra at the end, and he is out. Alright, so now Nero is leveling up here. He's got 2 dashes, is getting ready for his summit ascent. Sushi a few screens behind. I'll try to get a time here. Alright, so Nero is looking to clock in at a 20, I'm gonna say 20:44. I lied. Sorry, my 20:45. Heading into summit here. And now Sushi going into the second round of Battling. I think if Nero runs this clean, I'm gonna see I feel like it's gonna be like a 500 difference. But again, Summit is very long. It's the longest chapter in the game, and there's just a lot of opportunities for things to go well and for things to go wrong. So like I said, Nero's just gonna have to close this one out if he's gonna want to take this race, and then also Sushi's gonna have to just play very clean and very consistent. Unfortunately, I do not have their ILs for this, but I can pull up their times in Summit if you guys give me a quick moment here. We'll see how Sushi handles this last room first. Close to the end, dodging that, going for the ultra strat, saving that time. Let's go. Right, so give me 1 second here. I will pull these times up for you guys. Alrighty, so for Sushi, his summit times from the previous race were, or the previous set in week 1 were 8:41, 8:36, and 8:47. And Nero's times were in 8:50, 8:38, and a 9:03. So actually, Sushi has the faster summit right now for the race. That is opportunity. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, but we could see a photo finish here, folks. Like I said, things can go wrong very quickly as we move in. We got 1,000 with the hypers out of the dream blocks. We have 1,500 with our cycles again in those 2 long rooms. We also have 2,000 with the snowballs and everything. I mean, like, there's just so many opportunities where, like, things can go good or things can go real bad real quick. And we have seen that in week 1. So now Nero in 1,000, handling this dream block section very well. Sushi getting underway, exiting the reflection portion, excuse me. Getting into the battle in alley-oop. Nero getting that corner boost, heading to this vertical section here. Right now, wow, he is, woo, okay, Nero is zooming along. Oh, dashed into a wall, but was able to recover. Getting that nice hyper off that dream block there. And now taking a death in the battle in alley-oop section, hypering a little too early on that spike. It's gonna be, like I said, these are the small, like, nuances that I was talking about. Sushi now blaring through city. Oh, trying to go for the fast strat there, but taking a death. Getting it second try as Nero heads into 1,500. Now again, this, you know, this first long room that's coming up on Nero's screen. Let's see if he's gonna go for the cycle skip. Going for that ultra. Gets the cycle skip. And he's, wow, nicely done. He clears that very nicely. Now we're gonna get into this triple ultra room. He clears that as well. Wow, very nice. Sushi now in 1,000. Oh no! didn't get the height that he wanted there. Unfortunately, he's going to have to start this room over again. As Nero heads into 2000. Alright, Sushi in the battle and alley-oop section here. Getting ready to go into 1500. Nero in the auto-scroller room, or the auto-scroller portion, I should say, of 2000. Collecting that berry, but you know, we don't need berries for this run. This is not ARB. Clears the first auto-scroller, getting ready for the second one here as Sushi starts his long room in 1500. Getting that cycle skip. Oh, ooh. I'm not sure. Something happened with his dash, and thankfully he had the presence of mind to pay attention to those tendrils where if you step on them, some dust appears underneath Madeline's feet that will, you know, basically make it so it's not safe. We don't really focus on that too much because a lot of the times our movement's so optimized in chapter 3 and 1500 that doesn't really come into effect until something goes wrong. Oh, Nero taking a death in the battle and alley-oop section, and Sushi also taking a death in the screen prior to in 1500. Alright, both runners looks like they're getting out and heading to their next section. So again, I should point out, like, Sushi is slowly carving into this lead. Like, when Msushi entered Summit, Nero was already on 1000, and now they're about 500 meters apart. So we still have a lot of screens to go. We have 2500 as well as 3000, and again, Sushi with the better times in Summit versus Nero in week 1. So far Nero doing very well. Oh my gosh, Sushi going for this skip. Oh my gosh, very nice, saving a lot of time. That's the strat I'm talking about. There's a somewhat new approach to that. I don't know, somebody did that in week 1. I can't remember who, I apologize, but Sushi going for that step that is significantly faster than the auto scroller, if I'm not mistaken. Nero looking to get door skip here and getting an alley-oop. Gonna have to be a little cautious here. Alright, Nero is gonna get out of 2500 at about 2650 as he gets ready for his final ascent up the mountain. And now Sushi hitting into 2500 as well. Trying to go for those corner boosts there, but was missing it on Sushi's screen. Now Nero moving into Summit here. Catch a flag 25. Now we skip a few flags here, and for the most part it's not too detrimental. It's when we get towards the end where things can kind of go bad. Some runners opt to skip flag 3, and some runners opt to skip flag 2. If we get a death in those, we're going to be pulled a lot farther back than normal. Looks like Nero is plowing through this downdraft section, heading into his ascent to battle in so we can get into the updraft here. And Msushi now getting ready for door skip, or going through door skip, I'm sorry. Able to get that one. Nero now on updraft. Alright, Sushi is out heading into 3000. Nero on flag 13. No issues here as he keeps moving forward. Nero on flag 10. Sushi begins his downdraft. Again, I apologize, folks, for the drop frames here. let's just point out with like the wind and stuff like that, this does put a little pressure on streaming. Wow, Nero is zooming through this final section here on flag 4. So he heads into flag 3 near Msushi100 in the updraft portion. It's a couple of flags on Nero's screen here. Heading into flag 2. Getting the checkpoint. Oh, and that's actually worth it because he took a death there. That could have been really bad if he did not hit that flag. Right, Sushi on 13, and it looks like Nero's getting close to the end here. But taking a death on flag 1. Trying this strat again. Oh my gosh, almost took another one there, going face first in those spikes, but was able to stop himself. Alright, Nero is going to clock in at a 29:43. And Sushi here on the final flags of the updraft portion. So Nero's going to take game 1 as we get ready to head into game 2. But still, Sushi going to get in the home stretch here. Very possible to get a sub 31, I believe. Heading into flag 4. Unfortunately, I did not get the time, the summit time on Nero's screen. But Msushi looking to... I believe he can still get a sub 9 here. It's gonna be very okay. Oh no. Just as I mentioned about skipping flag 3 and flag 2. Oh my goodness. I guess my commentator curse came out to play today, my gosh. Sushi getting close to flag number 1 here. Getting into the home stretch. Alright. Sushi is now finished with a 31-22. So Nero is going to take that first game. And we're going to take a short break here as we move into race number 2. I'll go ahead and snag up the schedule real quick for the rest of the day. Give me 1 sec, because again, there's a lot of action going on today on GSA. All right, so as I said, we have Nero vs. Msushi today right now, going into race number 2, but we got some Mario Kart Double Dash on deck. Average Trey versus Loth John, and then we've got a 16-star Super Mario 64 race against BES Rock Chalk 19 and Ganai 27. We got some Battle for Bikini Bottom coming up too. Jackalaka versus Pixelated Chaos. Followed up with a 70-star league match against JJ3 and Ganai 27. Again, you know, I'm sorry if I don't know these names, and if I butcher them, I apologize. And then another Battle for Bikini Bottom match against Zim SR and Ringo Tongo. And then we're closing out the evening with a 16-star race against CLG Cheese in Ouija 14. That one actually is going to be pretty exciting. I'm going to have to definitely try to tune into that. Alrighty, so we are moving into the second race. I saw that Msushi was working on demo. Demo was definitely a hang-up in that first race. That was where we kind of seen the lead change and kind of branch off there. But the trend for race number 2 is the runners generally kind of are in their zone. Oh,
hello.
And why, hello, Programmatic. How's it going?
Good.
We are getting ready for the second race here. I don't know if you've have been able to tune in to watch the first one, but it was pretty wild.
Mm-hmm. I saw like the second half of it.
All right, we're gonna get ready to start race number 2. And real quick, as we get into this, I would like to point out that today is actually the 1-year anniversary to Celeste's release.
Happy birthday.
Yep, happy birthday, woo! It's kind of crazy because it doesn't feel like the game has only been out for a year. I feel like it's been out for at least 2 or 3. I saw on Twitter some people have been posting up the like total playtime for like the runners. It's nowhere near some of the high-end runners like Bye-Bye and TGH, but for myself, like it's almost 600 hours, which is like crazy. Crazy for me. Yeah.
Like 500 or so.
And that was like across 3 different platforms because I was trying to be stubborn and not run on PC, but I didn't start running on PC until I think July. Actually, yeah. After looking at my PlayStation stats, it wasn't until July where I started running on PC because my time on PS4 took a severe nosedive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Msushi bonking his head. That's a really hard wall boost to line out of a hyper. A lot of people don't try to hyper there because the speed you go with the hyper makes it hard to line up wall boosts like that.
And actually, Nero also ran into a little hiccup there in the first race. Didn't result in a death, but he had to take the zipper.
Yeah, messing up trying to corner boost there.
Yeah, in the first race, Msushi had the lead in chapters 1 and 2. Nero was having a little bit of a hang up in City. It doesn't look to be the case now. Nero actually slightly ahead as we move in. It's about a screen difference between the two of them.
Well, Msushi doesn't quite get the setup for the Hyper Bunny hop, so he decides to extend it hyper instead. Oh, and
Nero missing the spring. Missing the spring again. We got a lead change already, folks. Let's go.
It's the other part where some people can slip up. Okay, they both get it. And Sushi gets the corner boost.
Wow, it's about a second difference right now. Now, again, the trend that I've noticed when we get into the second race, the runners generally are feeling a little more in their element. We're going to see a lot more crisp movement and things. You know, I think nerves are kind of just out of the way. So I feel that, I don't know, it's hard to predict who's going to take it because both these runners, they're very close in skill and in time.
Nero almost managed to save that, but...
Nero having just some slight movement errors here, dashing into some walls here and there, which is allowing Sushi to pull further ahead. So you're going to get into battle in here at about 2:14.
Also, has Msushi always run off a different language? I could have sworn he's usually plays on English.
Well, I believe he's in English. I have actually just not really been paying attention to that. It'd be very interesting to see. But I know Nero runs in Japanese.
Yeah. I couldn't quite see what language it was, but I think that was Russian on Msushi's side. I'm not absolutely sure because I don't know writing in another languages, but it looked Russian.
Let's take a peek here.
Maybe he's just doing it for the heck of it.
That's quite possible.
Of course, this isn't one of those games where you change your language to make scrolling through text faster.
Yeah,
thankfully. You can skip all the cutscenes.
Yeah, Sushi's running it in Russian right now. Okay. There could be a method to the madness. We're not quite sure. Or, you know, it could have just, like, changed the option and was just like, well, we're just going to run with it.
Whoa, so Sushi actually gets cornered by that wall and manages to do a wall jump and recover it, like, almost immediately. Getting cornered like that is really hard to react to.
And then Nero actually having a little bit of hangups here in the wake, too. The Sushi's lead now is extended by about 5 seconds as we head into Resort. Now, again, Resort, the big one, Demo Dash. I mean, Nero was able to get it early on. Sushi had a little bit of a hang up there, having to do a few tries. So we'll see how this pans out. Sushi was practicing in between the break from race 1, so we'll see if that's going to pay off for him. And actually, to go back to I see this taking a death there.
Oh,
another one too. Oh, it's going to allow Nero to take the lead.
That's a strat that you only get one try at, because then the platform's in the wrong cycle the next time around. And doing extended dash jumps on tiny platforms like that isn't easy.
Yeah. It's about a half a screen lead here. But again, we can see this change when we move into huge mess. I believe Sushi had the better movement in this screen versus Nero. So we'll see how this pans out for the second portion of it. Oh, what was those ultras in that small section on Nero's screen? What was that?
Maybe.
Get a clip of that. I want to can we get a clip of that, please? Because I definitely want to see what was going on there. Madeline looked like she was bugging out. Yeah, we're moving into a huge mess here.
Ooh, Nero gets a super fast cycle. Sushi, I think he was going for it, but then second guessed himself and went for the safe strat.
Yeah, Sushi did go for that strat in the first race, so it is a part of his repertoire. But again, you know, it's good to know that you're not going to be on cycle for that and just like, okay, I got to change it up. And then one of the things that I mentioned from race 1 too is I've noticed that Nero has been not as aggressive as he has in previous races. So I think it might be helping him out a little bit. He's not getting as fast of time as he was before, but definitely a lot less deaths.
Because like aggression makes you faster, but it also hurts your consistency. So like if you're running for PBs, sure, go as fast as you can and you'll eventually get a run where you just nail all the fast strats and then you'll have a huge PB. But in races, you can't really count on that. So going for safer strats is definitely ideal in situations like this.
Definitely agree. And both runners getting that fast strat there and that last screen on. Yeah. Wow, that is tough.
I've seen a lot more people getting the fastest cycles in Huge Mess lately. Like I used to see almost everyone just go for like the medium strat.
Yeah.
Like how everyone's just going for the fastest one because the game's gotten to a point where you really have to do that if you want to compete with the top runners.
Just about a half screen difference between both runners right now, but we are getting to the demo dash. Again, I think they're going to go for checkpoint here just to play it safe. All right, Nero up to bat first. Yeah. Getting it first try, Sushi. Oh no!
He didn't move forward enough. Yeah, this is probably like the third hardest strat in the entire game, so.
Yeah, but Sushi getting it on second try, so not too far behind. I honestly, I feel like the distance between the runners is about the same still. As we head into Ishiro. Now, Sushi was having a little bit of hang up here. Taking a death in the long coin room here. So we'll see if he can bounce back from that in this race. So far, so good. Nero getting into the second long room here. Wow, there.
Yeah, so only about a screen apart right now, though. Nero does have a 2-second IGT lead, so it's a little bit bigger of a gap than it looks.
So Nero actually with a 421, and Msushi with a 432.
There were a lot of unfortunate deaths on Msushi's side and cost him 10 seconds.
So yeah, it looks to be about a 4-second difference between the two right now as we head into Golden Ridge. Try to see. Well, nah, I guess you don't really need a sync. It's only just a few seconds off on IGT.
It's about 6 seconds.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I apologize for my misinformation, folks. Alright, so going off my handy dandy stat sheet here, Rich actually was Nero's worst chapter in week 1. So I think he had actually a pretty good one in the previous race. We'll see as he gets ready for his ultra setup. Sushi getting himself in a situation. Oh my gosh, gonna have to retry there. But Nero was able to get that strat. Sushi now getting ready for his ultra, making it look super easy. Nero not getting the optimal strat in this room, missing that upper auto scroll block, but able to recover, grabbing the other one. It's minor time loss. Sushi getting that upper block though, so again, there's that small little time save that is just been very important. You know, if a runner doesn't get a particular optimal strat, it's just a huge opportunity for the other person to, you know, hit those fast strats as possible. Actually, oh, Nero taking a death here on the screen before cliff face.
That's a pretty big one. She gets the ogre head strat there.
Sushi getting on his end, so he's going to carve into the lead just a little bit. So hitting the cliff face. Now again, things can go wrong very quickly, especially Nero on this first snowball room. No hiccups there. Sushi getting ready for his snowball room too.
Snowball bonk strat in that one. Right? That goes for a double ultra strat. That's such a cool strat.
That's
I wish more people went for that.
Ultraing into the springs too. Let's go. Definitely saving some time there.
Yeah.
Compared to Nero strats, getting the ultra here. Nero on the second to last screen. So Nero is going to clock in. I'm going to say 10:43. But now Sushi on the last screen as well. 10:53, 10:52. So we got a 9-second difference between both runners here. As we head into Mirror Temple. Now I believe both runners got buffs drop first try when they went for it, and Nero had a very excellent tape grab portion.
And we definitely have to hope they get it first try again, because it's not only the most important strat in the game, but it's also one of the hardest.
Yeah. Oh, Sushi taking a death on that room. I don't think he got his dash back. I'm not 100% sure. I had looked at the stat sheet and immediately turned to see the respawn screen. Nero going for yeet. Making it look simple, folks.
Yep.
It is his best trick so far in the league, so I am not surprised. Also, funny enough, Msushi's best trick is also yeet. So,
he misses it though.
But my commentator curse is real. I apologize again. Alright, so now Nero in tape room. Getting that fast cycle. And he's out. Wow, this is a really good time. Is he gonna get sub 110 here?
Not quite.
110 on the dot. Wow, that's still really good.
Yeah. Oh
no, that pink block has been giving Sushi all sorts of trouble. He had the same issue in race 1. Oh no. Getting himself set up on cycle. Alright, he gets that. He's going to get a 131. 32 maybe?
Yeah, that's a big chunk of time loss.
Yeah, but now Nero getting ready for his Bubs drop performance.
He went too early. Okay,
yeah.
He's still ahead, but he has to get it second try to keep the lead.
Yeah, he has to. Yeah, I noticed that he went for the wall bounce and he actually didn't get all the way up. Usually I see him do the wall bounce and transition into the screen. There you go. Gets the second try. So I think that timing just kind of threw him off a little bit.
Okay, Msushi needs to get this first try. Okay, good.
And he gets it. Nice. It's a huge opportunity again to carve into that lead as we head into Reflection and Summit.
Yeah, Nero is still with about a 10-second lead though.
Nero getting out of that.
More than that even. It's like a 20-second lead actually.
Alright, Nero getting set up to go through the mirror here. It looks like a 1320.
Whoa!
Whoa, that happened
to tight cycle he was going for.
Yeah, that happened to Sushi in the first race too. Oh no. Having a little bit of hang up with these shurikens here. I hate this room.
Yeah.
To be quite honest. This room sucks. I'm gonna just be real blunt and honest. This room sucks.
He's still going for that cycle and he gets it that time. That's such a risky cycle.
It's gonna carve into. That's just gonna extend Nero's lead here as Nero heads into the Theo section.
Oh, misses a wall boost. How's he gonna back this up? I think the shockwave will hit that. Yeah, it does.
Alright, Nero out of the secret gauntlet room. Sushi getting set up here. You gotta remember for Nero's time here, you have to add about 30 seconds to it because he is starting from the checkpoint. So a 2:38 for Nero.
Mm-hmm.
Now Sushi getting ready for Gauntlet as Nero heads into Reflection.
So far 5B's going a little better in the second half for Msushi, but that one long room really did cost him like 30 seconds even, so...
Now, as we get into Reflection, Nero was having some hangups in the battle and fight, taking a few deaths in a couple screens. Oh no, Sushi gonna have to wait for Cycle. With the backup strat, let's go. Yeah, another...
Yeah, his first try lake skip.
Actually, Nero was having a few hangups there too. Lake skip was giving Sushi some problems as well, so let me see if he can get this here. Lake skip is one of the... It's a weird trick, in my opinion. Like, if you try to ask a runner, like, what's the setup? Everybody seems to have, like, their own take on it.
Yeah, and, like, there really is no setup to line up the wall boost. There are just different ways to get to it. Because it's not a wall boost where if you get the wall boost, you're guaranteed to get lake skip. You have to be a few pixels away from the wall and make use of that extra, like, okay, I guess the first try. But you actually have to utilize the mechanic where you can be a few pixels away from a wall and still wall boost off it. Because if you just wall boost off the wall itself, you're gonna hit the spikes. And if you try to use like the sort of nudge pixel that you get for wall boost, that's also going to send you into the spikes. So you pretty much need to be at like one of the two outermost pixels in order to get like skip.
Yeah, like when I was trying to learn it myself, I just couldn't get it, and I was just like, "What is happening? I don't understand." And then like I just left it alone.
Were you running on console when at the time you were first practicing it, or?
No, I was on PC. And the funny thing too is, I decided to, like on my commute home, because I have it on Switch as well. I was practicing on Switch, and I was able to get it, like once.
Yeah.
But then so I waited a couple. Like I waited a couple weeks.
Pixel perfect on consoles, so.
But yeah, so I waited a couple weeks, didn't even bother to incorporate it in my run, and then just out of nowhere, I was like, let me just go for it. And then like, I got it like 7 runs in a row, and I didn't know what happened because I wasn't practicing it. So it is really a feel. Like you just kind of have to go with your gut, I feel like.
Yeah.
But it definitely saves a good amount of time. I think it's 4 seconds.
4 or so, yeah. You need to get it first try though, or else it breaks even at best and loses like 2 seconds at worst.
Alright, so we got Nero heading into Ravine now. And Sushi getting to the top route portion of Hollow. Oh, taking a death.
Doesn't get the bumper angle.
Opting to go with the death cycle too, but it's not an issue. Oh, corner boost too with the swag. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, he loves that corner boost.
Corner boosting is probably one of the coolest things that has been added to Celeste. Alright, we got Nero getting set up for battle and boost here. He's gonna get it. And now Nero is in his battle and fight. Again, I mentioned having a few hangups here on a couple screens, taking a few costly deaths. Most notably, I think in like the 4th screen and the 5th screen here. I'll see if I'm actually right on that, because I feel like I might be wrong. But it's like the one where you have to like climb up and go down and get the dash crystal. He encountered a few deaths there.
Yeah. I think it's 2 rooms after the one he's in now.
Yeah, this one, the next one. And now Msushi getting set up for his battle and boost.
No problem this time.
Getting it.
So yeah, Nero's reflection is already like 10 seconds faster than last round's. Oh, it's the feather. That's a very small loss. Not too bad.
So both runners in this part again. I always bring it. I will probably always bring this up just because it gets real quiet from the commentators table. But it's just so hard to. I feel like it's really hard to talk about the fight. At least you know like stats and everything and strats and all that stuff. But Nero getting that ultra strat, getting ready for his round 2. A very nice time here on Nero's screen.
Yeah, battle and fight's like one of the most fluid parts of the run because it's just a part where you don't stop moving.
Oh, he tried to go for a corner boost strat and got a orb to the face. Gee, I haven't seen that. It's like you think that it's optimized and then someone comes out of nowhere and it's like, oh, I got this new strat, check this out. But it seems very risky.
I think we've seen that more with Nero than anyone else, but he usually gets the spike strats when he does them.
I'm waiting for that moment where a runner comes out of nowhere and does 6B instead of 6A in the league. I will probably lose my mind if that were to happen. Because that's like the huge debate. I know, right? That's like the huge debate right now. But I mean, before it was like, you know, 5B was generally faster than 5A, and everybody's like, oh, I don't know if we can do it. And then, you know, now look at that. I have a feeling that maybe before the end of the year, we'll see some
we need
runners.
Like a 6B version of Bub's drop to make it really significant, though.
Yeah, I don't even
like,
know if you can have
yeah,
that.
like the difference between like 5B without Bubs drop in 5A is about the same difference as there is between 6B and 6A, just normally. So it's very small. Like Bubs drop is the main reason why so many people are picking up 5B now.
I wonder if there's any cool demo dashes that people can do in 6B to try to save time.
Demo hypers maybe, but I don't know of any spike demo dashes.
So now Sushi getting into the last leg of reflection here. He's gonna get out at about a 21-21.
So yeah, this is smaller than last race's difference, but still like 30 seconds or so, probably more.
Yeah, Nero getting into his 500. Now, this is very interesting. So, in race 1, by the time Sushi touched down in Summit, Nero was already in 1,000, and Sushi was able to cut into that lead by at least about 500 meters before getting into 3,000. So, Sushi is capable of catching up here. We're just going to see. Again, it's going to boil down to Msushi's got to play very clean and very crisp, and Nero's going to just have to get caught up on some stuff.
Yeah.
But I think overall, Sushi has the faster Summit. Definitely from the week 1 times. So we'll see here as Nero is finishing up his 500 as Msushi is entering. Heading into 1,000 here. Oh, nice movement there from Nero. Again, this is like, in my opinion, the funnest section in Summit. Just hypering out of dream blocks. Oh, so good.
Oh, is Msushi going for the... He is. It's a second try. Still going to cost some time, unfortunately. Yeah, Nero did not go for that. That's like one of the hardest strats in Summit. Ooh, I think Nero just dropped a Dream Hyper, so he had to retry.
Alright, now Msushi getting into 1,000 as Nero getting to the end of it. Not catching that spike there. Nero caught that spike in race 1, so not giving Msushi the opportunity that he needs and wants. But we'll see as we get into 1,500 here. The, I don't even know what word I'm looking for. This is where, like, dreams can be made or broken, so to speak. Alright, we got Nero going for the cycle skip, getting it. As he gets ready for a triple ultra room. Right, he does it differently.
Oh, he didn't get his custom cycle. He might have to go for a slower cycle.
Retrying here.
Yeah.
Getting a second try. Now that's a huge one. I think especially at that end, or like dying at the end there, it's about a 6-second loss, if I'm not mistaken. At least based on my times on how fast I go through that room. Could be a little less. But now Sushi getting that cycle skip as well. See how his triple ultra goes. Oh, it's a... Okay, he gets out. Well, I was getting a little nervous there because I saw... It looked like he might have bonked his head and slowed down just a little bit, but he's able to get away. Nero running into a little bit of problems here in 2000 in this high wind area before he enters the snowballs. Was able to get away scot-free. And he's going to get into the auto-scroller. Now, this is something to point out. He's going for the traditional auto-scroller skip. Msushi on race 1 went for the faster strat where you don't use it. Nero getting hung up on the end too, not getting the corner boost, having to get his dash back. Again, these are these things I was talking about where that like Sushi needs for him to catch up. And Sushi Summit right now is very much cleaner than his first race.
Sushi did like 2 corner boosts in the room after the Cloud demo hyper room, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, here he goes. He's gonna go for it again.
Yeah.
Oh no! Catching the death there. He's gonna go for it again. Oh, taking it again. Nice, getting it on third try.
That's not a save, unfortunately, though.
Yeah, unfortunately. That was like a huge opportunity for him, but was not able to get it. Nero heading into 2500 now. Let's try to see if we can get a time on his. I'll go with a key skip to have a nice reference here. Oh, it looks like we're gonna get a sync actually. All right, so runners are now in sync. But Nero getting the key at 25:46, I think. Nice demo from Msushi here in the battle and alley-oops portion. Alright, Nero getting the thread the needle easy peasy as he gets into door skip using that demo dash. Now, I know a lot of people were like, you know, door skip's super hard or whatever, the meme and all that other nonsense. And a lot of people are talking about how demoing through those sections is like, makes door skip free. I was kind of like, I mean, it's already easy now, blah, blah, blah. I started doing demo dashes into that last night. No, you do the demo dash there. It is super free. It's just like, it's like I have floor underneath me when I do it that way.
Yeah. And if you do have a demo dash button, don't be afraid to try demo hypers, because they're really easy to do actually. There are only a few situations where like demo hypers are difficult to do, but we'll definitely see a lot of demo hyper strats, because not all of the best demo hyper saves have been found yet, so.
See, I'm about to figure out how to do that manually, because I do not have a demo dash button. Like, on paper, it sounds like you would do down and dash, and then, like, do you have to press another direction and then go to down forward?
Do a
so
demo
you get
hyper?
the demo hyper? Yeah.
Well, if you have a demo button, you just do the same thing you would do. You just do a dash jump, but with the demo button, and you do a demo hyper. That's all there is to it.
I might have to turn on the debug and see the hitboxes to see if I can pull that off, because that would be nice to have. But I don't have, like I said, I don't have a demo button, and I've gotten so used to like just how to do it manually. Also, I don't want to add another button to my to my controller layout. I already have like my pause button moved to a different spot, and I have a jump button somewhere else, and I don't want to have to like remember to do, you know, my muscle memory to include another input somewhere randomly. Alright, so we're in Summit here, and actually Nero has been plowing through this 3000. Holy smokes.
Ooh, the flag 17. Yeah, I've like grown really accustomed to using a demo button. Like every time I have to dash under something, I just press the demo button because it makes it 2 pixels safer. Like even when I don't need it. It's just a really nice button to have.
I should get like a Rock Band drummer bass pedal and assign that to it, so if I need to do demo, I just put my foot down on it and it just goes. Alright, Nero in the home stretch here. Wow, how fast is this man going through this section? I feel like he just started 3000. Oh my gosh. On flag 1, this is actually a really good time. Is this PB pace? Hold on.
It is
29:14.
just barely.
Yeah, that technically is a PB for Nero. Well, at least according to Speedrun.com.
Yeah,
he's going to end up finishing up here. He's also going to take the set and get that bonus point, but we have one more race to go.
His 29:15 PB is pre-bird skip though, so he definitely, if he can match his PB, but with bird skip, he'll have a sub 30 or a sub 29. So.
Alright, Sushi in the home stretch here. Oh my gosh, these flag 1 strats. Whew! Alan, just zooming up here. It's going to clock in at a 30.04. So again, as mentioned, Nero's going to take the set and get the bonus point here, but Msushi still has the opportunity to snatch game 3. And we're looking at the death count here. It's actually double. From like Nero has 12 and Sushi has 24. I think that's arguably where it's coming from.
Yeah, mostly deaths.
Yeah, Nero. I think it's Nero taking that more consistent route, and trying to go for a little bit safer things here and there. It's kind of paying off.
Yeah, so that is 0.2 for Nero. He does get the bonus point for this set, but we will have a third race to see if. Wait, I'm sure she's picking another language now.
He's actually picking Japanese right now.
It's like Nero's winning with Japanese, so maybe if I pick Japanese too.
Actually, just notice that you can't actually, like usually in file names, if you set the language, you have those characters available. It's kind of interesting that they don't have that available for Celeste. Excuse me. Sorry, this is like a little early for me for my sleeping schedule, so I'm a little sleepy. I've been busy with the graveyard run as of late. All right, so Sushi is fired up and ready. Let's see if Nero is. It looks like he's gonna get set up here. Now, as I mentioned, race 3 is where we're seeing like mental fatigue kick in. Like this game is already difficult to run just to do a single run, but to do like 3 in a row, I tried to do it last night and my third run was nothing to write home about. So we'll see if the mental fortitude can come through. But again, this is a huge opportunity for Msushi to take a win here. I mean, for his third race, I don't have the overall time. Actually, I can get that. Give me 1 second. Yeah, for race 3, Msushi had a 29:51 in the previous week, and Nero had a 29:40. So, oh no, I'm sorry, that was his first race. My bad. 29:40. So again, a few second difference here. I think what's really going to come down to is, just cleanliness in the run. I've noticed that some of the strats that Msushi has been going for, they haven't been first try. Like the big one I've seen is the that zipper ultra in 500. We'll see if he's going to go for it again. I do like the play that he's going for with the auto scroller skip in 2000. He got that first try in race number 1. But here we go. We're hitting into city. And City actually has been giving both runners a little bit of hangups here. So far, it's looking very clean.
Yeah, that one room with the wall boost is past both of them now. Or both of them are past it now.
That was interesting in that. Okay, so Nero went for a faster strat, or attempted to, but actually it backfired on him because Sushi was able to gain up, and we're almost in sync here, folks.
Yeah.
So in the inner, okay, we are in sync. Holy moly! Look at this! Look at this! Cirque du Soleil stuff going on here. Oh, I spoke too soon. Sushi opting to take a little bit of setup here, but again, it's not far. It's a small difference.
She took a small fraction of a second lead in prologue though, because Nero had a slight movement error at the start.
Oh, okay.
It looks like Msushi's made a few movement errors in City, so Nero will have a slight lead.
Yeah, Nero is clocking in at 134 and Sushi at a 135, so about a second difference. as we head into good old site. Wow. I can't even I'm not gonna even try to say who's in the lead right here. It's a little too close. But again, we are early on for this race. And the real drama doesn't really kick in until chapter 3.
Ooh, this is the double diagonal. Gonna go for it again. Okay.
I like that diagonal dash that Msushi does, entering that room to get to the dream block. Nero taking a death.
Oh yeah, that's an even bigger one than the one Sushi has. So Sushi takes the lead now.
We got a lead change, folks. You are heading into a wake. It's about a screen difference right now. Nice corner boost.
To be honest, getting hit by a corner in a wake feels like a death sometimes.
Oh yeah,
it's very frustrating.
Either hitting a corner or hitting one of these springs.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess my commentary curse is out on break right now.
Oh,
nope. Spoke too soon. Yo, bonking right.
One.
My curse must have heard me talking and just quickly came back in like, hold on, no, wait, I got this.
Sushi's about 3 seconds ahead now, finishing old site. This is the first chapter where a very big lead change could happen now.
Yeah, and we have seen it. It's chapter 3 has been giving Sushi just a little bit of a problem here, but this is where it's going to be really crucial. He's got to clean up a couple of these rooms. Definitely. I want to see that demo dash first try. I know he can do it. I think the big thing, like, at least from my own experience when just doing runs, if you like take a little longer than you want to set up demo, like, it's instant pressure. You just feel pressured, like, I have to go fast. And for that, you know, especially if you're not using a bind or like a key, you know, have a demo button.
Okay, that room gave him trouble last time. You got through it just fine this time.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, you don't want to rush yourself, because that's easily how you can mess up that demo dash. So, I mean, so far, Msushi's resort is looking very crisp. I'm not seeing anything too... Actually, I haven't seen anything. This is looking pretty flawless, if you ask me. And Nero...
So 106 key. Nero's resort is actually slightly faster, though.
Yeah, he's got a 105 as we head into huge miss here.
Yeah, just gained about a second through movement.
I'm gonna watch Nero's screen here because he did this weird thing here coming up right now. Oh no, he didn't do it this time. Oh my gosh. Or, like, it looked like he was just doing grounded ultras in that small room. Alright, so here we go. This is again where we've seen...
Okay, Msushi gets the fastest cycle. Oh, Nero dies at the start. Can you still get that? I don't think you can. Yes,
I don't think you can. But that is going to extend Msushi's lead here.
I really like that demo hyper into ultra in that screen. Oh, Nero doesn't do it though.
Oh no, Msushi trying to get that wall bounce, but missing it. Getting a second try. It's going to allow Nero to do a little bit of catch up here.
Oh, Msushi actually... Oh, they both do ultras there. I'm not sure if I've seen that before.
Nero's resort is actually a second faster right now. But we'll see. Nero has actually been going for a more safer strat in this final screen. And Msushi not getting that. Oh, Nero's going for it too this time. Okay.
Nero didn't get the wall boost and still made the cycle. That was tight.
Nuts. Alright, we are heading in elevator shaft. Msushi getting into that coin room, no problems. This first long room here. Getting set up for demo. Nero not too far behind. About a half a screen, but you know, this is where it comes into play. Msushi setting up.
Oh no, at the end again.
And Nero gets it first try. Alright, Msushi getting it second try here, not too bad. Oh, tried to get the corner boost, but didn't get the speed that he wanted.
Oh, he waited. He probably could have gotten that cycle, but he waited one more cycle.
I respect the play on that. It's like the risk of starting that room over is really bad. So I respect that he decided to be patient. But now we're in Oshiro. It's about a screen difference here. But again, both runners have had slight hangups in this portion. We'll see how they handle it in race 3.
Yeah, about 5 seconds lead for Nero now.
Our Nero and Msushi's Shiros are very clean as we get into the final screen on Nero's side. Again, Msushi not far behind. Alright, Nero's gonna get out. Again, a 421 again. Very consistent times from Nero in his resort. He had a 420 and 2 421s.
Yeah, 4 second difference now. Maybe a little more, like 4.5.
As we get into Golden Ridge here. So far, Nero's opening in Ridge is very clean. Same with Msushi's. Sushi actually getting out of that screen a little faster. Again, it's those little bits and pieces that are just going to add up in the run overall.
Yeah.
Alright, Nero getting that spike jump. Msushi getting over there as well, getting his 2. Now, Sushi had a little bit of a hang up here in this next screen as Nero gets ready for his ultra setup. Not a problem for Msushi. Let's go. Alright, so Nero getting his ultra. Sushi also getting his ultra. And they're just going to keep trucking along here. So I want to see if Nero's going to go for this fast cycle here. And he's going for it. He gets it. Is Msushi going to follow suit? Nope. He's going to take a different strat. That's okay. I feel like that reverse hyper from the previous room in is very tough. But that's also...
you need to do a grounded ultra at the start of the next room in order to get massive coyote distance. It's like a slightly easier version of the first auto-scroller skip. Like, they work in the same way, but the first auto-scroller skip is much tighter, which is why people don't go for it in 90% yet.
Yeah, just yet. Right, both runners getting ready, or Nero already in cliff face, Msushi not far behind. Both runners using that snowball. I didn't even know you can do that.
Someday Celeste speedruns are going to get to the point where you have to do the second auto-scroller skip at the same time.
That's going to be nuts. Alright, Nero in the final screen here. He's going to clock in at a 10:33. Also, Msushi on the final screen as well.
Yeah, Nero gaining even more time through movement.
Yeah, it's about a 10
Did any
second
of them have any deaths?
I don't think so. I think that was clean on both runs. Let's see.
Yeah, both were deathless, but Nero was faster.
Alright, so you're moving into Temple.
But Nero does some corner boosts in the second room of Temple.
That's nuts. Considering how, like, little room you have.
Yeah.
Oh, Nero taking that death there. That screen is giving both runners a little bit of hang-ups here. We'll see if Sushi can capitalize. He gets away scot-free.
Ooh, Sushi gets the fastest cycle in that room.
Fast cycle too there. Yeah, oof.
I wonder if we'll start seeing people do the cutscene warp in this room as well.
Now, I know Black Pear has gone for that. Oh, Nero missing Yeet. Msushi's opportunity to save some time.
Ooh, Yeet.
Yeet. That was a weak one. Hold on. Yeet. There we go.
About even now. Like, Msushi's ahead on screen, but there is about a 2-second ITT lead for Nero, so they're like dead even now.
Yeah, we're going to see how this tape room goes. Also, the transition into that room is tough. Like, if you have momentum, because for some reason, you have to wait for the lights to turn on before you can actually do anything. Okay. This tape grab is going to be in Msushi's favor. 111 versus a 118. Yeah. So that lead has gotten carved into.
Yeah. Nero's lead's about 3 seconds now.
Well, we'll see as we head into the Bubs drop. Now, if I remember correctly, I don't think Msushi has... He's gotten his first try each time. Nero had a hang up getting it on second try. So, yeah. Again, it's all about the setup. I know for Nero, it looked like... Oh, taking a death there.
Sushi's lead. By about 3 seconds now.
But, like, in race number 2, Nero just didn't get the setup that he wanted.
Alright, Sushi gets it.
Sushi getting it first try.
Nero gets it.
And Nero does too. Okay. But in both races, this next room, or not next room, 2 screens from now, it's been giving Msushi a lot of problems. He's been aggressively going for a fast cycle here. Yeah. Personally, I would want to see him play it a little safe. But
yeah, it's wall boosting out of this bubble. That gives you the tight cycle. And he gets it. Right.
Oh, he gets it. Okay. Whew. See, this is why he is a phenomenal runner and I'm not. Because I'd be like, I'm going to play it safe. Playing very aggressive, putting the pressure on Nero.
Yeah, because wall boosting out of that bubble lets you dash as soon as possible.
Which, dashing down forward there.
They are dead even now. Oh, now Nero's dead. That's not good. Yeah, that diagonal dash into the button is like the hardest part of this room.
So we got about a screen difference here. Both runners getting those switches before the explosion, I think. But we'll see. The Seekers like to be mean in 5B. Look, actually, yeah, I think Nero might have had some hangups there. Because I was able to get out.
Because they're dead even again.
Maybe he had to take a death?
Nero messed up the Theo throw. He saw Theo was going right into the pit, so he retried.
Oh, the Seeker bonking Msushi in that room too. Oh no, drop Theo, don't Oh, I don't know about retrying there. Again, I guess like he's just trying to get cycle. I'm not sure. But no.
He just keeps dropping Theo.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about just retrying that. I think you could just go back and get him and save the time in the long run. I'm not sure. But we got spaghetti flying everywhere for this 5B. Nero in tape room. Sushi not far behind. Like, even with all those crazy shenanigans that were happening, it's not too much of a...
Oh, he drops Theo again.
So I wonder if he's just holding down on his keyboard. Sushi with the 251. I did not see Nero's time. but it's about 8 seconds now in Nero's favor as we head into reflection.
Yeah, the lead jumped multiple times in that 5B, but Nero ended up taking it because Theo did not go well for Msushi. First
And
try
Nero
lake
getting
skip
a late
again.
skip,
Msushi really needs to get this first try lake skip here.
Yeah. And he does. So again, we're back to what I've been saying. It's just, you gotta... Both runners need to play out, be honest, and just close this one out as clean as possible. This is where, Oh, good.
Yeah, this is the smallest gap we've had so far of these 3 races. Like in the first 2, Nero more or less had the game by the time they reached reflection, but this time it's definitely close enough for Msushi to take the lead in either of these last 2 chapters.
Mm-hmm. Just gonna come down to, playing for the next 13-ish minutes as clean as possible and near flawless, which is not easy. It would be one thing if it was like, a short chapter, like, oh, I only gotta play like, perfect for 2 minutes. But to be on point for 13. Oh, speaking of which, Nero having trouble in this room.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. I mean, and every death has a 1.5 second respawn, if I'm not mistaken.
About, yeah.
Yeah, so
it's 1.5 seconds plus however much time you already spent in the room.
Mm-hmm. And then we see Msushi was clinging onto that wall. I'm not sure. I think he was just trying to move forward with it, but didn't get to the space that he wanted. Again, we are in top route room. Sushi getting the optimal strats and that corner boost.
They're dead even again. They're out of sync, but they entered that big feather room at like the exact same time.
I believe we are going to be getting a sync here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Okay. Nero with a few seconds of a lead still, but
yeah, it's about a half screening distance, but we are heading into ravine. And
Nero dies
taking
there.
the death. And Nero actually has a different strat than most runners. He actually gets the checkpoint.
Yeah. Msushi not afraid to forgo the checkpoint though.
Yeah, it's still in the air on which one is faster.
I'm fairly sure checkpoint list is still faster, but Nero's checkpoint strat is worth it in my opinion if you can't get the ravine 100% of the time.
Yeah. Alright, Nero getting battle and boost. Sushi also getting battle and boost. Oh my gosh, let's go.
They're like 2 seconds apart now.
Let's get some heyas in the chat. Get the hype going. This is definitely this is what I woke up early for.
Apart.
And actually, this is crazy too because this is game 3, so
Yeah.
Usually by this, as I mentioned,
game 3 being the one where people get tired and struggle a little, but this has been the best run for both runners.
Yeah. Alright, so we're getting here. I'm gonna get to that ultra room here in just a second on Nero, and actually we're gonna get to the ultra room here on both screens. Nero's gonna get it. Msushi's also getting it. Keep it on pace. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Oh!
Msushi takes the lead.
I don't even know what happened there.
He just clipped a spike at the very end of the room.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Sushi now with the lead. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be in the lead about by 5 seconds here as we get into the second round of battling. Just a few screens to go, but again, these get longer and longer as we get towards the end. You've got this first long screen coming up on Sushi screen. Nero having a little bit of hangups in the screen prior. He gets the second cycle though, but just getting a little caught up. I didn't see what exactly happened. Now they're about, let's say, a screen-ish apart. But we'll see as we get into this final room here. The fast cycle, very important. And Sushi's getting set up for it. Woo! And getting the ultra too. See what Nero's going to do on his screen. Also going for fast cycle strats. But not ultraing there, so again, a little time save here, and oh my gosh, this one. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my gosh.
This
is what I'm
really good so far.
This is what I'm talking about. Msushi's gonna exit reflection here. I'm gonna say at about 3:36. Nero going to get out of reflection 2:45. Yeah. So we got almost 10-second difference here as we head into
Sushi. I don't know what his best summit is, but I think given like some of the best summit ILs, this is possible to sub 29.
Yeah. Also, Msushi has a better summit, at least from week 1, than Nero. So I don't know what his ILPB is, but he's hovering around an 840 for the league, whereas Nero hovering, well, he had like an 850 and 838, but he also had a 903 in race 3. So we'll see if that mental fortitude is going to hold out. Things are going to get real interesting here though, because we have this one screen in 500 that has been giving Sushi a lot of trouble. He hasn't gotten it on first try, so we'll see if he can clutch this one out in that particular screen.
Is it just me, or is the font for like the meters readout different in a different language?
It is different in a different language. I'm not sure why, but it's a little thinner. Oh. And then okay, Sushi missing it here, getting a second try again. It's not too problematic as I thought it was going to be. Nero is still a couple screens behind. We'll try to get a time sync here as well. But Msushi getting out, being thrown, let's see, 22:07. Nero a couple screens behind. As Msushi starts his dream block shenanigans.
3 seconds or so?
Alright, we're getting the sync here. Yeah, I think so. Maybe a little more. I can't remember if I said 7 or 17. I'm not 100% sure. I have a bad habit of remembering numbers, especially with so much going on the screen here. So I apologize. But
yeah, it's about 8 seconds. Still very small difference though.
Yeah, especially with like optimal movement and everything else. Like in the TGH versus Nero match, Nero didn't really have any. Oh my gosh, that room! Wow, that was like super crisp, but running into a little bit of shenanigans there. Had to readjust himself, but still, Sushi out in front as we head into 1500.
That Dream Hyper off of the spiked. Oh, where did his momentum go? That was so weird. Not sure what happened there.
I'm not sure what happened there either. But he's getting the cycle skip here. It's about a 7-second difference as we headed into 1500. So we'll see as we get to triple ultra.
Yeah.
And Sushi's going to clear that. Nero going for his patent fast strats here. He gets it too. Whew! All right. This is Nero is just ever so slightly clipping into this lead here.
Yeah,
both
he's
now
going faster. They're both doing really well, but Nero's just going ever so slightly faster and is slowly gaining up on Sushi.
And actually, that death also plays his part.
59. This is a 3-second difference.
Going for those demo hypers there. Nero also going for him too. All right, now Sushi is going to have an opportunity to extend his lead because I'm pretty sure he's going to go for this auto scroll skip again.
He misses
he's
it
gonna
once,
have
though.
to.
He's gonna.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go for it. I have faith.
He has to get it first try. No.
Oh my gosh, he up forward dash there. He's going to do it again.
He's just gonna keep going for it.
Oh no.
It again.
Nero getting out of there and in the second room already. This is where our lead change happened. He's missing it again. I'm not sure what's going on here.
He's so insistent in going for it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. He didn't get the right jump off of that, unfortunately. That was a huge time loss.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to take the run back with that. He's had the lead for such a long time.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, but again, we have a lot of screens left.
Yeah, that's definitely going to kill the sub 29 though, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, Nero coming out at 25.11, or excuse me, 25.13. I'm sorry. As he heads into 2500. Actually, Nero taking a death. And I feel like oh no, she's just trying to get the corner boost. Nero at the key skip. Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but again, 3,000. I mean, like, it's hard to say. We're not gonna really know until we see. Oh, Nero having to readjust himself there for door skip was able to get it. This is still anyone's race. We're not going to really know until we get to flag number 5, I think. And even then, anything can happen. I mean, like, I've seen leads change on flag 3 many times.
But if Sushi just went for the normal ridge strat, he'd still be about 5 seconds ahead right now.
Yeah, I think even after the death...
That was a serious risk to take in a race of all things.
I do respect the play, though. I mean, you know, it's hard to say. He could have been going for this. That strat could have just been like his go-to. So, and you know, trying to change the game up in the middle of a run is very risky. Sometimes, at least I can speak for myself, I've gotten confused. I'm like, what strat am I trying to do here? And then I get there, and then I just take a dip. But so far, Nero having a very, very clean downdraft here, getting into flag 20. But Sushi hot on his tail. Like I said, it's really gonna come down to Nero taking a death on 19 of all flags. That was strange. What? Yeah, you don't usually see that. But that's gonna give Msushi, you know, a little bit of leeway here. It's still hard to say. We're moving into some of the longer flags here in updraft on Nero's screen. They haven't been an issue. Nero on 13. Get in those fast strats. Sushi now hitting 13. Oh, not getting enough high off that spring.
Yeah, you got to hit the very top of the spring.
Alright, Nero in flag 9 taking a death off the bat. Oh, Sushi also taking a death on 12. Alright, Nero getting into flag number 6. Now again, MCG's taking the same death as Nero did on 9. I mean, we can see something bonkers. Nero could skip flag 3 and 2 and just have not things go his way. But he's been hitting these checkpoints. Right, Nero on flag 3.
Could Nero be getting another PB here? I can't quite tell. It doesn't look quite like enough, but it depends on if he can nail this flag 1.
Yeah, it was a 29:14.
Oh,
might be like a couple milliseconds, but he's going to clock in again at a 29:14 here. Nero is going to take race number 3.
I think it was like a 29:14.1 in the previous race. I think this was just a few milliseconds slower than last race, but that's some consistency right there.
Ooh, Sushi taking a death on flag 1. Again, these strats, oh my gosh. Alright, Msushi clocking at 29:42. GG's to both runners.
Yeah.
Alright, tail of the tape again.
And yeah, once again, Msushi with more deaths, and all 3 of those deaths to the auto-scroller skip were pretty big, because that's a pretty long room. I'm not sure, because Nero definitely nailed that last part of Summit, so I don't know if Msushi would have won if he didn't go for the skip.
Yeah.
Seems like Nero still had it by a bit.
It would have been a little bit.
Like a 5-second difference if Msushi just did the normal strat.
Alright, so I believe we are going to have Msushi pop in for an interview. I think. But no, as I said, trying to go for those strats, it's hard. It's hard to just, switch on the fly like that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how long he's been practicing it, because I've never seen anybody go for it in a run before.
I want to say last week, Evan's fight, I feel like somebody went for it. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to go back and look.
It would have been a little bit, like a 5-second difference of Msushi.
I know it was discovered like very recently, so.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have Msushi on board. GG's, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Hey there.
FC Programmatic, how's it going?
Good.
Doing pretty good here. How are things on your end?
I mean, I'm doing okay. Video gaming today, not the best success, but
yeah, I mean, it happens, I mean, overall, it was still a phenomenal race between the two of you. I mean, your guys' PBs and just overall stats in the league so far have been very, very close. So this was literally a coin flip on how things could pan out.
I mean, yeah, just from my perspective, like, this for me was probably going to be Nero's definitely the closest person to me in the league right now. So that was kind of maybe affected me going into it. I'm not sure. I was more or less looking for a good match, which I delivered some ways, fell short other ways.
Yeah, that was the run was going really well. The third run, particularly up until Summit. That auto-scroller skip is something that I actually haven't seen before. Like, I've seen some people talking about it in Strat Chat, but I don't think I've seen that particular version of it.
I mean, yeah, the way I would put this series for me is that it took me 2 runs to warm up and 1 Summit to break it down. Like, I mean, that last run was good, except I lost like 30 seconds in 5B and 40 seconds in Summit. But like, that Summit, I mean, again, I'm probably gonna, I guess from a spectator point of view, it's easy to look at the auto scroller skip, but it was going fairly mediocrely even before that. I had a death. I had, some corners coming to my way, and just with all that, I wasn't too satisfied with it. About the auto scroller skip, whatever people are calling it.
Oh yeah.
That strat, I'm wanting to put it in my runs because when I do practice, it is consistent. There, I just was getting impatient and I wasn't doing a full jump's worth. And it's one of those strats that is very precise. However, I think it's one of those things where even when the first auto scroller skip was mentioned, the one with the block, people still, thought it was hard, but people still went for it. And I feel like if I just keep going for it, it'll eventually become natural. So I'm not saying that
I was unsure about that skip in the third race because I guess like if you had known how close the race was at that point, I feel like you may have just chosen to go for the normal strat. But it really depends. Like if you got a first try, I don't know what would have happened.
Yeah, and I mean, you did get that skip first try in race number 1, so like it's tough to make that call, especially in the heat of the moment, like when you're in the race. Like I respect the play for you going for it, and I think you should continue to add it to your repertoire moving forward because it looks dope for one.
Yeah, that's a cool strat.
It's a nice time save. Bring that hype. Alrighty, so we're actually going to tie things up here. Any final thoughts, Msushi, or thoughts going into your race next week? Do you know who you're running against?
Vlad.
Oh,
we're on a doubleheader week here. So.
Oh man. All right,
yeah,
that's gonna be hype.
We're gonna try. We're going for it. Hopefully, I'll have some time to refine up what messed up this week. But yeah, of course, thanks to GSA, thanks to y'all for commentating. It's cool. You guys are dope.
Yeah.
GG's to Nero also.
Yeah, yep. GG's to Nero.
Actually, Nero popped in chat
with
thanking everybody
either
for the race.
1 or 2 PVs, depending on which 29-14 was faster, but those were both solid runs.
Yeah. Alrighty, so we are going to wrap things up here. I'd like to thank both runners for putting on an excellent show, and thank you to Programmatic for popping in and helping out with commentary today.
Yeah.
And we are going to dive into some Mario Kart Double Dash. We've got Average Trey going against Loth John, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
And if you're looking for more Celeste, this is going to be the only Celeste race for today, but we have 2 races tomorrow. We have TGH versus Scrublord and Chai Kitty versus Evan Fight.
Oh yeah, actually, I'm on mic duties for that as well. I believe I'll be pairing up with Troy of Athens tomorrow, so it's gonna be very fun. Looking forward to it. Yeah, we'll be back in just a moment.